A new card game? Yes, indeed. Black Book is a dark RPG adventure with card battling and mythological nightmares. Or with card battling where you card battle mythological nightmares. That's, whoops. That could have used another pass right there. But there is a link in the description at the moment where you can wishlist it. Let's bring up the game screen, though. Now, feel free to let me know how the audio is. I'm kind of adjusting these a little bit on the fly. Usually about a 51 serves us pretty well. And then I've already jumped into all of these games to check if there is any accessibility option to add. Unfortunately, there isn't at the moment. A lot of these demos are kind of torn back. A bit loud still. Let's turn that down just a smidge more. Let's get to 33, a nice round 33. Launch a new game.
Let me tell you a story. It happened in Shedden, a town not far from here, surrounded by wheat fields and pine trees. In that town lived Vasilisa. She was chosen to be brought up to be a Zanatka. That's what we call sorceresses around here. Soon enough, Vasilisa fell in love with a man. Soon, a terrible thing happened. The man killed himself, and no one knew the reason. Those who take their own lives are doomed to an eternity in hell, a truth Vasilisa could not accept. Her teacher, old Egord, gave her the legendary artifact, the Black Book. But will it be able to bring him back? Asked Vasilisa. Yes, if you open all 7 of its seals, Egord replied. And so, Vasilisa and Egord set out to find a way to unlock the seals.
So that's not audio crackle, it's crackle of a fire in the background, it's ambient. Game developed by Morteshka. Yes, yeah, definitely seems to be inspired by Slavic myth. Cherden Uzed, Perm Governorates, 1879. Well guessed, Atlas Pronto. Well guessed. I slept poorly last night. I've been waiting, hoping for your return. But you haven't. You never sat at the table. Where are you now, my sweetheart? Where are you headed? From relatives and from warm summer, you've departed. There's no entrance or exit for you, it seems. From cold Mother Earth. There isn't even a churchyard fence to hold onto. Enough. I don't believe you'd do this to yourself. It will be well. All will be well. I'll accept this knowledge from Grandpa. Though I know what you thought of that. There's no other choice. I'll drag you from that road myself. Sleep for now. Sleep. I won't be long. They didn't bury him in holy ground. Inspect the grave again. Unclean dead, they say. I don't believe it. He couldn't have done that to himself. Or to me. Oh, we're getting repeated lines. I'm going to turn the candles on there. Yeah, I'm going to leave those on. That seems like a good kind of consecratory kind of thing to do, you know? Junkmaster, I made... That is remarkable. Sorry, Junkmaster said it's only less than 2 arms average if you ignore many-armed Tim, the man with 14,740 arms. I made that exact same joke this morning, literally like 20 minutes ago, in the private lounge in my Discord server. Same brain! Adam's head, Adam's head heals minor wounds. A useful thing on any journey. Replenish 5 health. Mine was Arms Yorg, who lives in the crust of the earth and has 14.6 billion arms, was an outlier and should not have been counted. Basically the same joke is what I'm saying. Feels. The spring is so hot this year. I don't have time to work in the field now. Soon the shorts will work for me, as they did for old Igor. I'm gonna guess those are like demonic thralls. Spring is so hot this year. Okay, we've seen that one before. Let's go to the crossroads now. I love how iconic Spider's Yorg is. Yeah, Spider's Yorg is around the area, like around the chronology of memes where like I was switched on and I knew like the kind of relatively subtle ones that are referenced in broader ones and are kind of still not overplayed, still funny, good formats, you know, that kind of thing. I'm so out of it. Just completely outside of meme culture at the moment. I have been for maybe 100 years. 100 years. I saw the word 100 in chat. It's for maybe like 10 years. 10? Oh my god, yeah, probably about 10 years. The darkness of the night is filled with anticipation. You're at Mikhail's crossroads along with old Igor. You know the ritual that has to be done, but you never thought of what might happen once it's complete. However, the time to draw the circle has come. Let's look around. What are your thoughts about more than one skeleton average per human? Uh-oh. My thoughts are that's going to give me nightmares. Chiaden, 16 miles. Solikamsk, 102 miles. Niob is 21 miles. This milepost has been here for a long time. The paint is almost gone. Collect the ritual candles here. Old enchanted candles from old Igor's hut. They offer protection against unclean spirits. Applies 3 ward, I'm gonna guess, on the first turn. Yep, I gotta scratch that itch wherever I can, Spamco. Thank you very much for the bits. That was Spamco saying, I just noticed Raps is scratching the voice acting itch. Uh-huh. You know I gotta. Golbits? What's a golbit? The crosses look old. It seems people were buried here quite some time ago. Clearly, the golbits here mark the graves of the unclean. Otherwise, why would they be near a crossroads? So there's obviously I don't even know where in mythology this comes from, but the devil at the crossroads, the idea of the devil at the crossroads. That imagery is evoked a lot in the TV show Fargo, which it's like in almost every season, one main character ends up at a crossroads as they're making like a very large decision, and then the villain will end up at a crossroads as well at one point as they make it. Go watch Fargo if you haven't watched Fargo. All right, old Igor, what you got for us? Also supernatural because, yeah, of course, but of course.
So, have you found the candles? Well done! All by yourself at that. Seems my teachings were not lost on you after all. Now, let's draw a circle. Be careful not to leave any gaps, otherwise we'll be crushed by evil spirits.
Let's make that circle. Yeah, don't look to be any gaps in that. I've made a circle. Is it all right, Grandfather?
The circle is drawn. No gaps. Good. Too late to dither now.
You think that I can help him?
Sure you can. You can do anything when you have the book. So says the legend. Well, go on. It's time for you to take my knowledge. Such a long time we've spent together. Parting with it is bittersweet. Well, take it.
And now we are awarded the titular Black Book.
Would you look at that? What power emanates from the book? The seal is open. Seems great sorcery lurks within you. Well, think about it later. Now, speak the words I told you.
Read the spell or I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh, Grandpa, I'm scared. I don't know if I can.
Oh, don't you fret, Vazia. If you run, you'll perish. So come on, speak the words, and soon you'll be a witch. I know you won't falter.
I'll get up without crossing myself, but I will go to the crossroads. On the crossroads, I'll draw a circle and step into it, and I shall speak. Good merchants, come and buy my cat. For this cat, give me neither incontrovertible roble nor a fine hat, but bestow me with the knowledge of the dark and eyes with vision sharp. So as I have said it, so it will be. My words are stone.
Hear your merchants. Now listen carefully if you value your life. To become a witch, you must defeat this demon. First, time for your first Zagavor.
Welcome to your first battle. Each battle consists of turns. You and your enemy take turns, but you always get to go first. You win when you destroy all enemies before you, reducing their health to 0. This is the Black Book. It contains your Zagavors. So the Black Book is our deck, Zagavors, cards. Try using the word Urazi. Alright. Urazi looks like it does 4 damage right there, as you can see on the card as we were hovering over it. Press end turn to recite your Zagavor. End turn. We do 4 damage to the enemy. We can see their intent above their head as well. The enemy uses bite. The pages you had the previous turn have changed. The book alters the pages each turn. Okay, so maybe it's not like a deck. Enemy attacks can be blocked with defense. Right, so that's the one that we started with 3 of. Can you pet the dog? I don't know. I do not know yet. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure you're going to have to vanquish it, unless one of the Zagavors is pet. A defense shields you from damage, but disappears on your next turn. Okay, we're familiar with mechanics like that. Recite the page of Delay, which has the effect of defense. That'll give us 5 defense there. And turn.
Such enchanted words protect from the demons, but this protection fades quickly. Now, draw up a complete Zagavor.
You may combine several pages into a Zagavor. Okay, so a Zagavor is a turn, or like a spell. You can currently recite a maximum of 3 pages, as indicated by the empty slots at the top of the screen. A Zagavor consists of orders and keys, 2 different types of card. You can currently recite a Zagavor consisting of 2 orders and 1 key. So we can see Raba is a key. Aldalai... Oh, sorry. Aldalai is a scroll. Urazi is also a scroll. Neat. You can see the type. Yeah, you can see the type in the upper left corner, just in case that wasn't clear. Alright, well, the enemy has got an intent to attack for 1. The only thing we can do with the key is defend, so we'll use Raba. And that'll have our defense down, and then just Urazi for as much damage as I can do on this turn. Humble Knight says, I just got to pet a dog. My puppy's paused long enough for a pet during their house-sized wrestling match. Do you have any pictures of your puppy you can share in the Discord? Just asking for a friend who is me.
Good job, Vazia. This demon is nearly gone. A couple more spells to get the world rid of it.
The Black Book helps you predict your enemy's actions. Okay, so that's the intent system we're seeing here. Study the enemy's intents carefully to upset their plans. Well, this one, I mean, I attack first, right? So as long as I do anything, I'm fine. We can see some keywords here, though. Waste. Deals 3 damage each turn, ignoring defense. Varile increases the damage of each page for 2, with Bless 2. Got it. And the rest of these cards we've seen before. Let's go All 3 of those. So waste is demonstrated up in the intent system, actually, and then the bless is the extra 2 damage demonstrated on myself.
Alright, you're dead now, damn mutt. Well now, Vasya, enter this maw. You'll be a witch as soon as you return. Well, safe travels.
Nothing terrifying about just clicking on the gates of hell as a place you have to enter. That was a straight up demon. Looks like how to become a witch is our current... Ooh, okay, there's actually a lot more here than I thought. Sins displays the amount of bad deeds you've done on your journey. Rubles, get rubles by discovering them on your journey or doing peasants' biddings. In exchange for rubles, you can buy new pages, items, and herbs. Cool. So have a look at the black book. It is unavailable at the moment, so we actually can't see the entirety of that. Down in items, we can see candles, which seems to be like an equipped slot kind of situation. Nice. We have herbs for healing. I don't really see my HP here yet. On a Musticon. The mill that stood still. Okay, so I imagine these are stories that we're collecting over the course of it. From the encyclopedia, you can learn more about Russian mythology and history. You can unlock new entries by exploring the game. A man from Vyatka once lived in our village. He would tell us stories. One involved a miller that had to make offerings to a shishiga, or she would prevent the mill's mechanism from turning. As an offering, he gave part of his stores of flour, grain, and breadcrumbs. And on one occasion, he forgot and offered nothing. Sure enough, the windmill ground to a halt. When the man went to investigate inside the mill, there was the shishiga sitting on the grinder, threatening him with her finger outstretched. She suddenly vanished. The miller gathered some tobacco and threw it into the shadows in the corner of the mill at midnight. The windmill started to turn again, and the shishiga stopped causing mischief. So they literally just had a nicotine withdrawal, and they were pretty mad about it, and so they had to go, like, this isn't a mythological story. This is a story of someone trying to kick the habit of smoking and failing. Their first attempt at quitting. The Colden Initiation. It isn't easy being a Colden. Becoming one is a terrifying experience. People tell a lot of stories. One in particular comes to mind. A man decided to punish his neighbor for changing the boundary of his field to a neighboring one. He went to a Colden and asked, "Give me a chort with which to curse my neighbor." The Colden replied, "It is not as simple as that. Do as I say and you will have your chort." He then told him they would need to go to a banya at midnight. So the man gathered his courage and took along his rifle and his cross. Oh, it is scary at the banya. He loaded his gun with the cross and shot at the hearth. A fiery dog emerged and opened its maw. The only option was to climb inside, and even though his instincts told him to, he stopped himself from making the sign of the cross. He recalled at the last moment that if he did so, he would lose his hand. Oh, and then there's an encyclopedia over here as well. Yeah, I got time to quickly read through these. Colden Initiation. As in any neophyte initiation, the sorcerer, called Colden, has to pass through the maw of a beast at the crossroads. That's what we're doing currently. A banya, or whatever may constitute a boundary space. Most often, the initiation took place at a banya. This is why the beast is often represented as a fiery dog. Is this man from Heimdall? It's only in that there are kind of northeastern European word roots in here. In different cultural traditions, the neophyte has to pass through the maw of a totemic ancestor. Interestingly, in the Cherden region, this tradition has been partially preserved. In the geographic zone where Russian people interact closely with the Komi people, Koldens have to pass through the maw of the white swan, capercaillie, pike, lizard, or pear. All of these are totemic ancestors of the Komi Permians, which we can see evidence of this in the traditional bronze plaques and amulets. Crossroads. Crossroads are one of the key points of travel between the world of the living and the depths of the underworld. It is a place that exists as a boundary between worlds. That is why the heroes of fairy tales often stop at a crossroads. They must choose their path. However, any path they choose leads to the world of the unliving, the so-called Tridevator Starstvo. The Faraway Kingdom. My apologies for butchering that. It is here that they must battle the serpent, or Koskai, who embodies the undead, as well as overcome other difficult challenges. Cherden Uzed. Cherden Uzed was located in the northern part of Perm Gubernia. Finno-Ugric beliefs are closely interwoven with those of Christianity, creating a unique cultural blend. The first trade route from Europe to Asia passed through Cherden, transforming every river, creek, and mountain and hill into a part of a European and Asian history. Alright, well, look, I've already entered Hell, so let's go towards the Black Rift as well. Why not? In for a penny, in for a pound. I was about to do, like, a demon voice for them. I can do it for a couple lines, but I shouldn't do it for a really long period of time.
Oh, is that you, Vasizilla? I should congratulate you, for the first seal is open. Only 6 remain.
Oh, but will you be able to open the rest? This is another matter entirely. Let's start with a good old who are you? I know it's the third. What sort of devil are you? How rude, Vasilla. I'm your chief advisor. It is I who grants you the powers of a Colden. We will become better acquainted in the future, I presume. How do I open the seals? Oh, can't figure it out by yourself, girl. I'm disappointed in you. I'm curious. Can the Black Book grant any wish? Indeed, as legends dictate. Who knows, perhaps you shall meet your beloved soon. Who is worthy to open the scroll and break its seals? No one in heaven, on earth, or beneath it has yet been able to open the scroll or look upon it. Yet. Let me return to the land of the living. Not just yet. Have you forgotten your purpose? I name you a witch. How many demons will you take on for your service? As many as possible. In for a penny, in for pounds, etc. The thing I said previous. Well, I'll certainly need the help of demons, so give me as many as possible. Ah, that's the spirit. You've just committed your first sin. They say the fate of the Colden and witch is to burn in eternal flames with no chance of absolution. The outcomes of some events in the games are yours to decide. The sin counter will change according to your decisions. Your number of sins affects your choices of reply as well as your possible game endings. They say each person has an angel on their right shoulder and a devil on their left. But to whom you turn your ear is entirely up to you. But you are still too weak. Soon you will have 3 shorts at your command. That's enough for now. Now go. Perhaps we'll meet again. If you manage to open the seals. Is it going to lead into another battle, or is that going to be the end of the demo? I mean, it came up with the title. I got a strong suspicion. Ah, I was wrong.
Well, are you awake? The sun rose while you were coming to.
I shouldn't do that one either. The sun rose while you were coming to. Had to drag you home. I understand it's not easy to walk through the Devil's Domain. So, you've seen it? Are we home? Seems like it was all a dream. The devil made me a witch. Well then, it's a good day. What'd I tell you? You should have become a witch a long time ago. New Belichka. Well, what's done is done. Legend tells that your wish is beyond the 7 seals. I could never open the first one. Here's the second seal. The aspen one. How do I open it? Maybe it was that demon on the crossroads that opened the first? Maybe. I think the demons do play a part, but... what spirit is the aspen one? I'll have to rack my brain a bit. Maybe there's something in the books? You yourself are a witch now. I knew that you wouldn't let me down. News of your enlightenment has spread quickly. Must be this... Susedkus? Who told the heads of the family. Now people will come to you for advice. I'm old now, not many teeth left. My Colden powers are waning. Now it is you who will help the people around here. Perhaps you'll even find the right demon for your problem. Well, while you were coming to your senses, I've already spoken to most of the visitors. There's only one left, and he's waiting behind the door. Look around for a start. Your book is over there on the table. Do you remember how I taught you bookbinding? Afterwards, see to that visitor of yours. Some evil spirit has been giving him some trouble. Got it? Have you yourself met this devil? I was initiated as Colden once. I saw the devil, who gave me my shorts. I couldn't even lift the first seal. And you! All you needed was one touch, and it's gone already. It seems there is great power within you. Got it? Let's get to work. I got it, Grandpa. Let's get to work. Look for the spirits around the district. Maybe we'll be lucky with the seals. We shouldn't tarry. Who knows? Maybe after 40 days have passed, we won't be able to help. God bless. Okay, so there is a time-limiting factor here. Peasants will seek my advice. That is a way that I can earn... rubles. Check out the Black Book. On this screen, you can change the page composition of the Black Book. On the right side, you can see the current page composition of the Black Book. On the left side are the pages available to you, but not currently in the Black Book composition. You can categorize the pages with special filters over on the left. You might receive pages that are currently unavailable as battle or task rewards. You can alter the page composition of the book to craft new pages. You need rubles. Got it. The Black Book volume has to stay within the limits of the maximum and minimum number of pages. In time, you will uncover even more Black Book pages, which at present are sealed away. You can change the composition of the Black Book at any time, except during combat. Okay, so we have 10 to begin with. We could just get like another Urazi, put that in the deck. Smooth. This page effect amplifies by 1 for every other page of the same color in the Zagavor. Right, so that could scale up to a heal 3, possibly. We have 4 keys and significantly more orders, right? But we have the ability to cast 2 orders in a single key, so we probably have twice as many orders as we have keys. And we have, what, 9 and 4? Yeah, that kind of... That shakes out. I don't think I'm really going to edit the deck here at all. Maybe wait for a little bit more money and then go for either the Scorch It or Keeler. Probably start focusing a little bit more on the orders from those. Alright. So Vazia, you taken well to learning the mystical art? Are you curious enough to learn some more? So how did you become a Golden, Grandfather? I was born in Vilgor, the 6th son of my family. And Evlampi Chirov. It was a big family, not the richest though. When you have that many mouths to feed, it's difficult to save money. But we lived well as a family. The house must have been made well. That is, I realize that now. So a 7th brother was born, Timothy, as he was called. He was a good boy. He grew up. But I didn't look after him well enough. Heavy, that sin of mine. I still feel guilty. Vazia, having shorts is a trivial thing. You would do better to protect the ones closest to you. Fight for them. It's knowledge that gives us strength, but we harness our own power against them, with the shorts under our control. I looked after Timothy this one time. We played with the other kids, but I grew tired of this boy. I cursed him badly, sent him to the Lishai. Also known as Vorza, a Komi name, spirits who are the masters of forest and sometimes fields and meadows. They control the weather and also animals and evil spirits who inhabit their domain. Hunters and shepherds have reached an agreement with Lishais to offer them gifts and bargains. So the Lishai carried away. We never found Timoshka. He'd vanished. It's hard to bear these sins, Vasya. So hard. So I decided to become a Colden. I wouldn't let the Dark Ones harm my family ever again. Or so I thought. Well, I'll tell the story of how I became a Colden later. Ask me tomorrow. It's hard to remember all these things of the past. You'll understand when you're as old as me. How can I recognize evil spirits? How can I know when they're before me? Simple. You've been to the world of the devil. Now you'll see everything for what it is. The only thing is, the darkness will see you also. Demons and spirits will track you down. As soon as you glance into the darkness, you'll feel its eyes upon you too. Be strong. Such is our fate. You make your own way. How is our Izba built? That is a traditional Russian countryside dwelling. It was built long ago. Lots of people have lived here since. More than a half-century ago, it seems. According to the old rituals. You know them by now. But I don't remember who built it. My grandfather, I suppose? Time to go. No, I have to go, grandfather. We'll talk later. Alright, let's go out to the visitors then, having checked the black book.
God bless Igor Ivalampovich, Vasilia Fyodorovna.
God bless.
I come bearing gifts, some flour for your household. Please, hear me out. I won't waste your time, I'll tell you straight away. Something terrible is happening at the mill. We were working in the night and suddenly we heard some strange sounds. Then a shadow began to darken in one of the corners, such a deep blackness. We ran for our lives. You're known for your knowledge in these matters. What should I do now?
Peasants, spirits, and fiends will seek your advice and help in the affairs of witchery. After all, you are a knower. If you answer a knowledgeability question correctly, you'll receive an experience reward. Sometimes your answers will influence in-game events. To recognize the correct answer, you'll have to carefully study your surroundings and the onomasticon. Hell yeah. Okay, so it actually requires that you pull the information out of that text and comprehend it effectively, which you can open at any moment from your menu. You also receive a hint by pressing your knowledge button. However, you'll only get half experience should you do so. All right, well, let's look at the onomasticon, right? We've also got the second part of the Colden initiation. He climbed down to the hearth, of course. What would you have done? As soon as he entered the mall, he saw fidgety little people sitting behind set tables. I want one small chort with which I can curse my neighbor. The imps replied matter-of-factly, we come in no fewer than 3. The man awoke in the barnyard with 3 chorts. Father, give us work. We want to eat. He gave them a cat to curse, and some other small tasks. More and more chorts appeared. He tried to keep up with the demands of the chorts, but he eventually grew exhausted in mind and body. In the end, the chorts took to entertaining themselves with the villagers until all the inhabitants were cursed. Izba. The Izba is a traditional Russian countryside dwelling. They're commonly found in forest steppes and on the banks of rivers. Usually, Izbas are built from conifers. On forest steppes, Izbas are sometimes built from birches, even though this type of tree is rarely used in construction. The interior of Izba is laid out according to tradition. Coins and other offerings to the guardian spirit of the house are placed on a shelf in the red corner. By tradition, the hearth was always placed diagonal to the red corner. All right. Well, that's all the extra information we can get from that. I mean, it could be bandits, theoretically, but there are evil spirits that would do that. We know that there was one that needed tobacco, the smoker in withdrawal. I'm going to say evil spirits. Hey, 50 experience, I was right. Why do you work at night? Demons are at work.
Jesus Christ!
Well, how do you think the millstones turn? Not by the wind alone, obviously. It's forbidden to use a windmill after nightfall.
But what do we do now? I did everything right when I built it. Please save me. I have this old item you might find helpful.
You better cough it up if we help you. All right, Vasya, look into what's going on with that place. The demon may be of use to us, you know. I'll find out what's going on with your chort.
Thank you. I was told you wouldn't let me down. Goodbye for now.
He's not your average miller. Usually they consort with a lachet. There we go. There we go. Okay, I think we've seen information about that before, but this miller has some chort. Well, I'll study these seals while you're off dealing with the mill. Okay, we get an Adam's Head to make your trip easier. Take this herb. It's called an Adam's Head. It'll heal you up if anything goes sideways. Time for you to be on your way. Evil spirits won't quell themselves. Well, you get all that? Want to ask anything else? How do I use the herbs anyway? Well, it's simple. Use them in battle to close up your wounds. Where do I find the windmill? Don't you remember the one to the north of Vilgor? The devil haunts that place at night, people say. Go there. And be home before sunrise. We have much to do. Got it, grandfather. Time to go. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, one more thing. I sent a short to Kusheva village. He must have cursed someone. There's an optional task there. Go there and fix it. You'll earn some money in the process. All right, Grandpa. You're now on your travel map. Every night, it will display different locations. You may go on your way only after you speak to all of your visitors. You can visit any available location. However, your health recovers only after you complete your task and return to the Isba. Your goal, visit your main task location. However, you can't reach it without visiting all of the other locations along the way. The game auto-saves every time the location changes. You can also save your progress manually, in which case the game will save as soon as you enter a new location. You can open the map by clicking on your present location. We wish you the best of luck in exploring the northern lands of Cherden Uzyad. Okay. So that's my location right now. Kusheva is the optional task, but then we have the old windmill. All right, let's go to Mogilevsky's mansion. You stealthily creep by the familiar house, the village houses. At least, you thought you were being stealthy. You hear a familiar voice calling out from one of the windows overhanging the street. Bazia, wait. I've business for ya. Hush, we better whisper. I got this neighbour and I hate her guts. So, curse her a bit, will ya? Use a Keeler curse or something. Not a strong one. I got a gift ready for ya. The dark arts are not to be used in such flippant ways, peasant. Get cursed. I don't have time for this. I'm on my way to help the miller. You wait for the peasant to leave, and then read a black Zargavor, a spell, yeah, okay, to curse him. I got a sin for that. I thought I was gonna get a sin if I did his thing. I guess, like, decline was an option as well. Maybe this is a sin run, right? I just build a bunch of sin here. Kusheva village, a small village to the west of Kolva. I was there a couple of times with old Igor while he healed some cows. This is a place where he sent a short for a job. You notice a noisy family gathering in front of one of the houses. It's unusual to see an entire family out on the street at this hour. Strange, muffled noises are heard within their house. Falling cutlery, furniture moving around. Good evening to you, Vasilia. Vasilisa, sorry? God himself has sent you to us tonight. Everything is being turned upside down in our house. The enemy of men is haunting our house. The devil himself is here. Everyone is scared senseless. How did you manage to get in here? It's no simple matter for a short to get inside a human dwelling. What'd you do yesterday? We just had some tea. Natalia likes it a lot. She's quite fond of tea. Then we prayed and went to sleep. And in the middle of the night, it all started. Tea time turned into a short invasion and wondered where the demons appeared in the first place. We got a new encyclopedia entry, ritual behavior. Ritual or behavior enforced by a custom is inseparable from mythology. It is often believed that specific events are a consequence of another. For instance, a peasant suffering misfortune after forgetting to cross himself is perceived as being punished for not observing the ritual. This has resulted in all sorts of popular beliefs. Dishes not locked away at night or crossed become a refuge for evil spirits. A sick child, or a changeling, needs to be thrown across a threshold of a house inhabited by spirits who were lured there by the killing of a rooster during its construction. After some time, the underlying reason for a ritual becomes forgotten, leaving only the ritual itself. It's entirely possible, I guess, based on context here. Got to cross tableware, close window. Well, cross tableware, I guess, right? That is one of the rituals. And did you make the sign of the cross over the samovar? That must be it. We didn't cross the samovar with a cross. You mustn't. You must. And please remember next time. You're such a great knower, Vasia. Please, won't you help us? Don't leave us this way. I'll help you. Oh, very well, I'll help you. It's not good sleeping on the street, is it? Thank you, Vasilisa, sorry. Have some milk for your journey. You come inside. Everything is out of sorts. The Chorts have certainly had their way. You make the sign of the cross and take a couple of careful steps inside. The demons have made a mess. They threw the dishes and cooking pots around, but luckily the brass utensils seem intact. The most damaged part of the shrine is in the corner. The icon cases are damaged and the candles are broken. Okay, I can't interact with the screen behind, so let's approach the samovar. You approach the overturned samovar. Suddenly it starts to shake and red eyes light up the darkened room. A devil is here. Ooh. Because that seems like an animate pot, and the other is a devil. I'm gonna very, very quickly check if there is a, like, gamma setting or something here. Yeah. Let's pop that brightness up, like, 30%. I like the atmosphere of the darkness, but I also know that, the codecs, the visual codecs that, these websites use typically make the blacks a little overbearing here, so this should account for that. Okay, so Samovar is defending for 5, and it is targeting its friend, and then I'm being clawed for 5 as well. So if I just use Raba as our key, if we're ever going to use Scorch It, I guess we use it now, right? Deals 3 each turn. Yeah, I mean, these are the right choices. Maybe I just try and take out the pot there very, very quickly so it doesn't have the ability to defend its friend. So that would actually be Urazi, right? Because then one more Urazi past that point kills it. And that turn. Halcyon says, contrary to the property of proverb, the devil is not in the details. It's in the teapot. Managed to block that attack entirely, thankfully. 6 incoming damage. Okay, that's going to take a lot of defending for us to do. Oh no. I want to use Urazi, but then I won't be able to full defend. Well, that's fine. We'll find a way to heal other than that. Okay, the Urazi is going to kill this so that it can't protect the other demon, which I cannot currently see the name of. And then obviously Avdalai has to go out there, and then I guess Igla. Unfortunately, that's not actually going to even heal us for anything right now. I won't have taken the damage before it. We get 5 block. The enemy attacks us for 1. Or rather, attacks us for 6 and hits us for 1. Okay. Again, another incoming 6. Okay, a Varvel. I guess I'm using Ruda for the damage here. Yeah, because I'm going to have to over-focus on defense here. Wait, hang on. Carefully choose the right moment with the right place in the Zagavar for the words and status effects. I accidentally screwed that up. I skipped over an effect that was on the screen at the time. Whoops. Thankfully, the Ruda is actually going to do 4 damage here as a result of the 2 Bless. Oh, did Bless... Okay, so Bless decreases either each usage of the damage or each turn. Right, I thought it was only going to be available for that turn. Wait, I can't kill the enemy right now, can I? No. Okay. So we go Urazi, Adlai, and then Raba. We're going to supremely over-defend here, but now the enemy is within range of 2 Urazi, or an Urazi and a Ruda. Not Raba. Ruda. That seems like that's aimed at the player character. Rude. Okay. That's... I have to hope that Waste triggers early here. Because I want to be able to use the Igla to heal myself. So Urazi does the 4. We Scorch at the enemy. They've got Waste 3 on them. I'm hoping that triggers at the start of their turn. Enemy turn. Yeah. Beautiful. Babushka Mandalina. Smooth. Increase the number of orders in the book in the next round by 1. And it'll be amplified by every other one in the color of the Zagavar. So that's draw extra next turn. Firm. The page remains active for 1 turn and affects other pages, i.e. smooth. Ooh, okay. Okay. And then there's another smooth for a voil, for over-defending. I mean, look, this is just already better than the other one. That is to say, the base defense that we have in the deck. Sure. 7 rubles as well as 125 experience. The elders of the family bow to you. Thank you for helping them, as well as God for bringing you here. The girl, Aksinja, assures you that from now on, every jar in the house will be crossed. Leave location. Alright. Set off. Right, the other way. Coltard, I hear you whispering the words so soft and slow, calling me out? Turning me round? I think it's... The silver glow of the moon catches a glimpse of foul waters. The chilled northern night air is split with dull croaks coming from the swamp. Let's get closer. You come closer a couple of steps. Suddenly a demon appears from beneath the water, black horns and a body woolly and matted. Short at the riverbed. Okay, again, thankfully we've actually got enough defense this turn. And a Scorch It in the opening hand. Love to see it. You love to see it. Although we're gonna over-defend ridiculously here. Fun fact about pronunciation, most cases the emphasis will be on the second syllable. Yeah, the failure in putting the right emphasis on the correct syllable is just because I like I'm surprising myself as I try and get over each phoneme. So they're a bit labored in that way, my apologies. Not necessarily very familiar. Avdelai, there's not Scorch It, so we could go Scorch It, Avdelai, Raba. Yeah, I'm just gonna curse the heck out of this enemy here. Run, reset, run. You did not miss Roguebook. Roguebook is in fact going to be the last one that we play today. Although I think after this fight, I don't think I'm going to get to the very end of this demo because there are a lot of other ones to get to. Seriously, there are a lot of others to get to. And I'll be right on time if I happen to go for 3 demos in 1.5 hours. Oh, Urazi, and Igla, we got the kill. Yes. Sure, we'll do that one next, actually. Advice? Good to see you, Dane. Firm. I don't really have many smooth black cards. I mean, I'm being offered a bunch of them, so I guess that's how I'm gonna build them. Killer, again, is just a stronger version of the cards we're already using. Rubles and 50 experience. Alright. You know what? We found an offshoot rather than the main path. I'm going to go to the offshoot, and then that's going to be the end, I think. It's very kind of you to say, run, reset, run. Standing amidst the black wooden figures, you hear a rustle in the trees. You read the protective spells, but out comes a person, not a demon. The ancient woman is dressed in old clothes. It would seem you have come across a beggar. Greet the beggar.
Oh, a witch! A witch! I can smell your kind from a mile away. Can you spare some coins? I don't need much to get by. A person is only as good as they are charitable.
Give alms to the poor or refuse. Well, sin? Nah. Here you go. Don't forget me in your prayers.
Thank you. I'll pray for your lost soul. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. A healing herb.
All right. That ends that location. The vistas here are just lovely. There's a lot to be said for the kind of very clear direction in this game of trying to create a foreground, a background, and a midground as well. Did they really just? Oh, they did. I expected they were going to, and then they immediately did. That, for the moment though, friends, is Black Book. I'm gonna drop an exclamation mark Black Book in chat. You can find the demo to play for yourself or to wishlist the game on Steam at the link that is currently there.